Hello. If you clicked on this video, that must mean that at least once in your life you felt like you didn't want to be here. You didn't want to be a human, didn't want to deal with this human stuff, with this body, be inside a body. You didn't want to be on Earth, you didn't want to handle any of this, didn't want to be part of this dense reality. And I'm here to tell you, from human to human, that you're not alone. You're truly, really not alone. That's why I felt like I needed to show my face here, so that you can really, really feel, you can really see, you can really connect with someone else who's been through that, who's felt like that many times, countless times, before the spiritual awakening and after the spiritual awakening. It doesn't get easier. Life doesn't get easier when you awaken and when you start knowing things. You know, sometimes it can get harder at the start. And all the healing that we need to do, it's not easy. All of the releasing we need to do, it's not easy. And you know what's the hardest? Of course you know. Change. Changing a pattern, breaking out of a cycle, not just for yourself, but for your whole ancestral line. When you set your sights on doing that, you instantly make your life harder. Yes, that's it. And isn't that why we came here? Funny, isn't it? We came knowing this would happen. We came knowing we would feel this way. We came here knowing that we would experience this. And we still did it. And we're still going. If you're watching this, then you're still here. And obviously I'm making this video. I'm still here. We can do it. If we've been placed in this situation, that means we have the power to get ourselves out of it. We have the power to transmute it, to completely transform it. Turn the darkness into light, turn negativity into positivity. All of that, you have the ability to transmute it, transform yourself. We are not just the characters in our story, we're not just the actors, we're not just the directors, we're everyone at the same time. We're even doing the lighting here. So if you don't like your role, if you don't like what's happening, change it. No one is forcing you to do anything. No one is forcing you to even go through anything. It's not really about what happens to us. No matter how hard the situation is, so hard that it might make you feel like, I just don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here. I can't handle this human stuff. I just want to get out of here and go to the stars. I know I'm from there. I know that I've had a better life. I know that there are better places out there. So please take me back. Take me back. You know, I'm sure many of us have felt this at least once. And you know what? Maybe before your spiritual awakening, you felt like you didn't want to be here anyway, either. You didn't know what was coming, maybe. But you still felt like you didn't want to deal with any of this. It's too hard. And yeah, sometimes it can get too hard. But again, it's about our perception. No matter how hard the situation is, if we keep thinking, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here, please take me back, please take me back, you're just making it even harder for yourself. And you know what? You're not just making the current situation harder for yourself. You're making future situations harder for yourself. And we naturally just fall into these patterns and these cycles of doing this over and over again because we feel like, yeah, maybe it will make me feel better. Yeah, maybe if I overreact, cry, and tell someone, I don't want to be here, I can't deal with this, they're gonna pity us and the situation will go easier. But that's not the right answer. You're not creating love. You're not creating positivity by solving a situation like that. Speaking from experience here, if you just take a moment to breathe, just take a moment to relax, connect with your heart, even right now, letting go of all anxiety, all fears, everything that's weighing down on you. Let that all go. Because you know what? There's light there. There's brightness. There's love. And it wants to shine out. It's inside you. It's inside me. It's inside every single one of us. And we can all have access to that. But we need to stop making it harder for ourselves. So when you find yourself feeling like that again, like you don't want to be here, please, I want to go back to the stars, I miss them so much. You're not missing the stars. You're not missing anything there. You're missing a certain feeling inside of you. You're missing something in your life. What is that? What are you missing? It's a sign. It's a sign to you right now. Yes, you. Me, when it happens to me, it's showing us what we're missing, showing us what we need to bring into our lives now. And a lot of times we can do something to bring that into our lives. So for example, you're missing love and you're missing peace, and you really want to go back to whatever planet you feel like you're from, star system, whatever. You want that, you miss that, because you don't have that here, you don't feel it here. But why don't you feel it here? Are you surrounding yourself with people who don't love you, who don't appreciate you, who are the opposite of peaceful? Or do you just have no one at all? What choices are leading you to be in that situation? And what choices now can you make to change that? Because we can always find someone better. We can always find someone that's more aligned to us. Maybe not always, but when we're in this situation. And let's take another example, because it's not always that we're missing something. Sometimes it's just so hard. It's so hard, incredibly, undeniably hard and heavy. And it just feels like the emotions are just overflowing and you just can't handle it. Because you don't understand how maybe other people can't understand you. Maybe other people can be the way that they are. Maybe why the situation itself is the way that it is. How did you get yourself in this situation? Or how did, everything end up the way that it is? And why? Why do you have to deal with that? The reason is because you chose to. And instead of hating every single part of that, try to understand it. Let's not hurry too much with loving it. At some point, I think it would be amazing for us to love every single part that we used to maybe hate and dislike and blame. But first we need to understand it and why we have that. Why we're going through it, or how we got ourselves in this situation. Why? What is it trying to teach you? What does it add to your life in some kind of way? And when you're super emotional and under stress, you might feel like nothing. It's teaching me nothing. I keep getting into these same situations. And I've learned the lesson, but it just keeps happening. Well, maybe you haven't learned the lesson. Imagine like you're a teacher and you keep getting hard students. Students that just don't want to learn or are just very hard to teach. Well, maybe you're getting that because you're a really good teacher, but also, isn't the student teaching you as well how to become a better teacher by being able to deal with a student who's so hard to teach, incredibly hard to teach? You grow. They help you grow as well, just like you help them grow. So if you keep telling yourself, this is so hard, I just can't do it, I don't want to deal with it, I want it to be over, well, you're not learning either. You're not being a good teacher. Everything has just paused and is potentially even going backwards. But you know this, I don't need to tell you. It's just that in the moment, we kind of can't help it. The emotions just run wild. That's why it's so important to try to stay composed, to breathe, to connect with yourself, connect with your heart. It's so important to connect with your heart. Connect with your inner self, with your soul, with your spirit. And trust, know that you will receive whatever you're supposed to receive, whatever is happening to you, is happening for a reason. That's why I'm here to tell you that no matter how hard it is, if it's happening, that means you can get through it. Imagine all those other people who don't have to deal with what you're dealing with. It just means that maybe they're not ready to deal with that. Maybe they're not ready to handle that. Maybe they can't. But you can. You've been put in the role, in the place, in the exact area, time that you've been put in for a reason. Every single one of us is like the perfect cast of a movie. The perfectly cast actors into the characters that they're supposed to play. So understand your role, understand yourself. And once you do that, these emotions will stop overflowing like that. These feelings will stop coming through. You'll stop feeling like you want to be somewhere else. Because ultimately you don't want to be someone else. You don't want to be somewhere else. You want to be here. And by saying the opposite, you are pushing yourself back. So understand again why you're here, what you need to do, what you need to learn, and love and enjoy your life as much as possible. With the hardships, with the good things. Again, it's not about what the situation is. It's about what we think about it, how we process it. Someone throws coffee on me. I can take it as the worst thing ever and cry all day. Or I can just say, thank you for teaching me something. Maybe I needed to change my shirt. Maybe I needed to meet this person. You never know. Things happen for a reason. Sometimes for crazy reasons. And hopefully you'll start understanding the reasons for why things are happening to you more and more. The more you grow, the more you open up, and the more you connect. So yeah. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for listening and watching. I hope that this helped. I hope that this made you feel lighter and like you feel like you're not alone and loved. Again, thank you for being there, and thank you for being yourself, and I wish you the very best, all of you. I love you. Bye bye.